Wait, before we begin, a little shout out to Nathan at home on crutches. Hopefully he's feeling a little better. And I'm sure he's going to watch the video, so everyone say hi, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
There we go. Okay, we have here a slope point form of the equation. So we have a point x1, comma y1, and the x's go here, the y's go there. Okay, these must be a subtraction. If they're not a subtraction, something has changed. Okay, they must be a subtraction. So, looking down below here, we want to look at the slope and the point. The slope is easy. It's in the same spot as it usually is in front of the x. This time though we have brackets. So our slope is negative 1/3. No big deal. Now the point is easy. Our y value is 7. Okay, this is a subtraction, so our y value is simply 7. We're not including the negative sign here. It must be a subtraction to give us a positive value. Here, though, we have a plus. Well, I told you it must be x minus, so what must the 4 be in order to make a plus 4? It must have been a minus 4 that changed it. So we have a point of minus 4, comma 7 in brackets. Make sure you have your brackets there. Okay. A little bit weird, isn't it, with that subtraction sign? Because before we would say, well, y equals 2/3 x minus 4, and we'd say, oh, the y-intercept equals negative 4. It's not like that today. It's not like that. It's different. Okay. So let's just do a little practice. Don't bother writing this down. Y minus 3 equals 2/3. Do not write this down. X minus 4. What's the point? 4/3. Okay. You do not include the negative signs, subtraction signs. Let's try this. Y plus 2 equals 1/3 x plus 7. So it must be minus negative 2 minus negative 7. So the points are negative 7, negative 2. Okay, let's try one more. Y plus 5 equals 2/3 x minus 8. What's the point? 8, negative 5. So this must have been minus negative 5. Questions? Anything you want to point out to me? Yep.
So I'll just reverse that.
Yeah, if it's a plus sign, you're reversing it. Okay. If it's not, now if it's a subtraction sign, you just ignore it and take the value of it. Okay. So it must be in that format. A little weird with that. That's something that's weird with this one. Now remember, it doesn't matter where you start. If these were from the same line, you would all get the same y equals mx plus b equation. Right? Different points, and I'll say we had the same slope. So say I made this one a 2/3 again. Right? If these are the same slope, same line, it would all give me y equals mx plus b. Always the same. I'll show you that at the end. Okay. So let's get started with this stuff here. Pick up your pencil. We're going to start writing. Okay. Read question B. We're going to start here. Slope point. Write the equation. And here's your slope. There's the point. But then we're going to change it into slope intercept afterwards. So we can do some algebra. So start by going y minus equals x minus. And what I want you to do now is try and fill in the blank spots, please. Go. So what I should be seeing is I should see minus y minus 1 equals 4/3 x minus 3. Okay. So what we have to do now is change it into y equals mx plus b. That's the form we want. What we have to do first of all is multiply this 4/3 into our brackets, so our brackets are gone. So we get y minus 1, that won't change yet, equals 4/3 times x. But then what's 4/3? Sorry, negative 3 times 4/3. This is where you have to know this multiplication. So these cancel. What's negative 3 divided by 3? Negative 1. So it equals negative 4. You multiply the tops together. Okay, multiply the tops. What do you multiply? What do you multiply? Okay, so cancel first by doing a simple division. So the answer then is minus 4. Now how do we bring this minus 1 to the other side? Add 1. So you should be doing that in your head, but just to review, I won't. I'll show you the work. And so you add 1, it becomes minus 3. And that's the answer. Every equation for this line will always give us this answer, no matter what point we start with. Okay, let's look at C. Read the question, please. Slope point, change to slope intercept. Okay. So what's different here is you have 2 points. You get to choose which one you want to use, but you got to find your slope first. So find your slope using your M equation. Okay, subtract. Remember, it's y minus y, x minus x. Do your subtraction, please. Go. Is that my cell phone? So there's your slope, y equals negative 2. So start y minus equals x minus, fill in the blanks, people. Which point do you guys want to choose? 1 and 4, sounds good. Go ahead, choose that, put it in. It could have been the other one, it does not matter. So y minus 4, negative 2, x minus 1. Now what you need to do is multiply in. Get rid of your brackets. We got to change it to y equals mx plus b. Okay, and so you get plus 4 to move the 4 to the other side. Always do the opposite of what you see. So y equals negative 2x plus 6. Okay, thumbs up down in the middle. What would you say? Yeah, it's a little bit harder for sure. Okay, next question is exactly the same. You want to figure out y minus equals x minus and fill in the blanks. Well, the blanks now have to be filled differently. First of all, find what m equals. So you can make your triangle and you can count your slope. Or you can use your m equation as well. I want you also to tell me the value of both points. Okay, tell me the x and y value of each point. Okay, so at 4, 2, negative 6, negative 4, is that correct? What's my slope? Up to go 10, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep, so that's 1 over 5. Which point do you want to use? Parveer, choose one. Which one? 4, 2? Sounds good. Use 4, 2. Yes, Jordan?
4 negative 2.
Oh, thank you. 4, negative 2. Okay. So that means you're going to get y plus 2 equals 1/5 x minus 4. Okay, so how did I get plus 2? Well, it's minus -2, and then you fix it. Okay, so that's something new for us. Okay. Multiply the fraction in to get rid of brackets. One-fifth x minus what? So 1/5 times 4/1, multiply your tops and your bottoms. So it's 4/5. Okay. So subtract 2. Y equals 1/5 x. And now you have to figure out what's -4/5 minus 2. So minus 2, what is -2 as a fraction? -2/1. Okay, get a common denominator. So -4/5 minus what over 5? 10/5. So now we're going to get -14/5. You subtract your top. Okay? And so it's going to be -14/5. And that's your answer. And it totally makes sense. Because if you look at your graph, your y-intercept is totally -14/5. Okay, that's like -2 4/5. And you're almost there. You're almost at -3. That's totally right. So you can always double check this, right, by a graph. Is this correct? Okay. All right. Turn it over. Next one. X-intercept of 6. They just smacked you in the face with a point. What's the point? 6006. Which one? Oh, don't guess, folks. Quickly draw it. X-intercept is right here. X-intercept of 6 would be right here. Absolutely 60. Okay. So don't just guess. You can come up with this real quickly by drawing that diagram. Okay. What does it mean by parallel? It means it has the same slope. So now you have slope point. I told you everything you need to know. So y minus bracket x minus, fill in the blanks, please. Y minus 0, 3/4 here, x minus 6. Okay, so y equals 3/4 x. Now what is 3/4 times 6? Easy one. Gotta know how to multiply fractions, folks. 18/4. Right, we're doing fractions from now until June. And there's your answer. Okay. Questions? Okay. Okay, read the next one. Tell me the value of this point they just told you. Underline perpendicular. So, what we have to do, there's a line that passes through those 2 points. We need to find the slope of this line. So go ahead and find the slope of that line. Chris, find the slope of that line using the M equation. So you're subtracting. So the line that it's perpendicular to has a slope of 2. So what's the slope that we need? What's the slope of the right? What's the perpendicular slope? -1/2. Okay. So that's what we need because our line is perpendicular. Okay, our line is perpendicular. That's why we need that slope, perpendicular slope. Y-intercept of 4. What did they just tell you there? 4, 0 or 0, 4? 0, 4. When in doubt, check. There's y-intercept of 4. Yeah, 0, 4 because you don't go anywhere left or right. Okay, just like before, y minus equals x minus. So, y minus 4 equals negative 1/2 x minus 0. Multiply the half in, negative 1/2 in, negative 1/2 x plus 0. So what does y equal? Okay, so when you multiply this negative half times 0, you get 0, folks. So now you want to add 4 to both sides, so you get plus 4. There's your answer. Okay. Alright, here's the hardest of the hard. We're looking at profit. So, just to let you know, you plot profit on your y value. And the number of tickets you sell will be your x. Okay. So, the first one, you sell, profits $5.50 when you sell $4.50. That means it's $4.50, comma, $5.50. What's the other point? $2.50 is the profit. Oops. Sorry, $2.50 is the number of tickets. How do we represent loss of 50? And that's a key little trick. Okay, so you have 2 points. Find your slope. Go. Once you find your slope, you can put it into an equation. Okay, so your slope is 3. Put it into your equation. Okay, no matter which way you do it, whichever point you chose, they're exactly the same. Y equals 3x minus 800. Okay, so it doesn't matter which point you choose. That's why I just say just choose one, flip a coin. We'll give you the same thing as long as you do all your work correctly. Okay, so you don't have to show the red. That's just for me to prove to you I'm not completely